I just thought, right, because I knew a few weeks ago you were coming on. I thought, well, now, she'll be bored, mustn't talk about the Madonna kiss and all that. But video, stoking fire. Lots of chase. I mean, now you're hunting her down like a dog. What's the story there?
I don't know. I don't understand. Like, it was really blown out of proportion. Like, it became like this huge thing. And, but I mean, I've seen, hasn't the world seen girls kiss girls before? You know, so when we did it, I was just like, oh my God, what is going on? But
well, I guess they have seen girls kiss before, and they like it. That's what was going on.
Maybe so.
Now, I know. Product. Now, it's clever. It's clever what they've done. They thought, Britney Spears, a lot of young girls like Britney Spears. I wonder if they'd like to buy a Britney Spears doll. And they took that idea, and my God, they ran with it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, no, there's so many.
Yeah.
Do you have any say in them, or?
Actually, I like the doll that ended up, you know, going out, but I don't think it looks like me that much. If I could go back now and tell them to redo it, I would totally do that, because it doesn't look like me at all. Well, it's like, yeah, it's a little, I need to get a new one.
Yeah, well, I've got a few.
Actually, I don't need any more dolls. Ooh.
No, I've got a few. Hang on, what have I got now? Oh, now this is the one that interests me. So here you are. You're right, not looking like yourself. Just like some woman, really. A little bit like you.
A little bit, yeah. Well, it's kind of some of the outfit. I think that's the thing that makes it resemble.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think it really...
But now, the thing is, because you come under criticism for kind of, you know, being a bad influence on young ladies and all of that sort of stuff. Oh, did you find that thing funny? Or no, did you not find it funny?
I just think, you know, I think sometimes people take things too seriously. And it's like, you know, it's all fun. You know, it's just performing. It's like your outfit right now. You know,
yes.
It's just fun. You know? I love your outfit. You know? So, yeah.
It's only dangerous because it's in a car. Headlights might hit it, blind a driver, and then maybe into a wall. But, no, now I was going to say, because what was the thing? Was it the governor of Maryland's wife? She was at a domestic violence prevention conference.
I think I've heard this. What did she say?
Oh, that she wanted to kill you. But, it seems an unlikely thing to say. But you must have thought that was quite funny.
Yeah. It's funny. You can't take it. I mean, I feel sorry for her. You know, seriously, she probably needs to get laid.
Oh, yeah. Because I have to say, someone who's the governor of Maryland doesn't sound like a stud, does he? But now, the other thing is that you started, like, so young. Because how were you, I mean, so tiny singing and dancing.
I've been, like, since a little
baby. Yeah. And then at 8 years old, you auditioned for Mouseketeers once.
The Mickey Mouse Club was the first thing that I did that was, like, you know, the biggest thing that I did.
But I have to say, you could tell that you've been like this child performer, because it's very rare that, because, you know, somebody does research on you and gives me this kind of a biog of yourself, you know, and then Britney did this, and then Britney did this. And about 2 pages in, I got to, and finally, at age 11. What's it like that? Finally, at age 11, you got into Mouseketeers. Because it seems incredible. Your mom moved the whole family to New York to further your career at 8. Is that right?
My mom had a friend that was in New York that was doing this stuff, and it was like unheard of where I came from to like go off to, you know, New York and do something like that. But I was just like, I was so ambitious and like really motivated to like go and leave. I was really obnoxious.
Do you think, I mean, because you're still working so hard, you know, you've got the new album coming out, and you've been plugging away. Do you think you'll get to a stage where you'll kind of go, you know, I've been doing this since I was 8, you know, do you think you'll peak?
You know what? I genuinely love what I do. Like when I get on the stage and I get to act and I perform, those are my outlets. It's like therapy for me, and I've been doing it for so long. I don't know if you know, I think there's still a lot more that I want to do. But maybe when I get like 30 or 40, I will be like, okay, I want to settle down and have a kid and just, you know.
Yeah. Imagine being 40 and still working.
Charlize Theron. Now, we're delighted you're here for all sorts of reasons.
I'm so happy to be. I'm a huge fan.
Thank you.
Such a ham.
Very sweet. Didn't have to say that. Did not have to say that.
A lot of people are going to be thrilled that you're here because it means that Prometheus is finally out. It's in cinemas tonight. This thing, it's it's been so kind of hyped, anticipated. I've never known
It's
anything
like an
like
elephant pregnancy.
Yeah, really. I mean, people have been waiting and waiting and waiting. I've seen it. I really enjoyed it, but I feel like I can't say anything about it because...
Yeah, because there's a sniper somewhere about to take you out.
Like Ridley Scott will swing it on a rope and kill me.
Yeah, I've been walking around with that feeling for a long time.
Because when you got the script, did you have to kind of sign a letter in blood to say you would tell no one about it?
Well, a version of that. I mean, it's not unusual with these bigger movies to have them be very secretive, and you know, they don't like to kind of have tons of scripts kind of floating around there. And with this, I think because everybody knew that he had this thing in development for like 33 years, and yeah, so you know,
It's like an elephant's pregnancy.
I think they were. Oh, you're so rude.
Sorry.
God, I'm a
legs.
lady. God, keep them together and sit still. Anyway, so I was in Malaysia, and it was monsoon season. I was on vacation with my family, and I get this text from Ridley saying, "You have to read the script within 2 hours, because otherwise it will implode on you, and you have to let me know." And there was this massive storm going on, and I couldn't get a Wi-Fi connection, and I had this little Malaysian man meet me with an umbrella, and we kind of like hiked up this hill in like a massive rainstorm, and I had like my iPad like underneath my t-shirt, and then we found like a tree, and I literally sat like reading. I only read like half a page. It's Ridley Scott. And I should be so grateful.
And Ridley's kept the thing of sort of strong women in this. Because you certainly don't need to know the Alien movies. This is a totally separate thing.
Yeah, it originated as, I think, a long time ago, it originated as the idea of wanting to do a prequel. And then I think the more Ridley kind of worked with the writers, and they realized that there was actually more to explore if you didn't have that to kind of play within that sandbox. So they just made it a standalone film. So you don't have to know anything about Alien, and if you know anything about Alien, you'll find little gems here and there, you know, little Waldos. But really, anything other than the last 8 minutes of the film really kind of feels like it's from that family.
And obviously, it's you, it's Noomi Rapace, Guy Pearce, and Michael Fassbender is amazing in it.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's incredible in it. He plays an android and...
Spoiler! Spoiler!
No, not a spoiler. He's,
Here comes Ridley.
Exactly. Yeah, he's amazing in it. And I get to do some fun stuff with him, so yeah, that was fun.
All right, we've got a clip. This is near the beginning, so it contains no spoilers.
Okay.
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 Here you are.
Oh.
Yeah. It must be fun to be here because people are so excited about seeing it.
It's really, everyone's like, oh, it must be so much pressure. And I'm like, no, it's nice that people want to actually go and see the movie that you're in.
And the other thing we have to acknowledge, I think, at this point, what a beautiful sofa it is tonight. It is a beautiful sofa. Steve, you're a very handsome man.
Thank you.
And then... Well, no, I mean, it's unnatural, the other end of the sofa.
I know.
But can I just say, if people are at home looking at their ugly child asleep going, there's hope. Because Charlize Theron, I knew I should stop saying it.
That's it, I'm gone.
You blossomed sort of later in life. As a child, you weren't the prettiest of children. Is that fair?
Are you were talking about the fact that I had no teeth.
That'll be the one.
Yeah. I didn't, I was very sick as a baby. I had jaundice and I was allergic to my mom's breast milk, and it took them a really long time to figure that out. So the sicker I was getting, the more antibiotics they were giving me, and back then it was just horrible antibiotics, and it rotted my upper teeth, and they had to actually cut my upper teeth out.
Oh my God.
So I had, for some reason, my fangs survived it and my bottom teeth. And that's what I had until I was about 10 years old.
God.
I know, you guys, it was so hard.
I know, but...
It's a shame you never grew.
Yeah, you sort of made up for it now.
I know, so I was like always like the lanky, skinny, tall girl with no teeth. I know. Life was really...
You've got great ones now.
Yeah. I think school reunions are really good for you now. Yeah. Charlize? However, how annoying. John Hamm, you've always... I mean, here's a picture of you. This is in high school. It looks like an Abercrombie and Fitch model shop. That's ridiculous.
Is that your midriff? Are you wearing a
Right in the middle there, yeah.
crop top?
Oh, yeah.
You're like in a Britney Spears crop top.
It was the 80s. I mean, what were you going to do? There was a required look, and it was mesh and, you know, cut it halfway across the way there.
Yeah, no, because it didn't stop there. You did cut it, didn't you? You can see.
Oh, yeah. That's on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
That is a look.
Feast your eyes on my treasure trail. Look at it there. Oh, yeah.
I was 17.
I'm sorry, I did wrong. And apparently at some point, your mother, when you were a teenager, you had all these posters on your wall and everything, that your mother got a bit worried about you.
Well, that's true. For inspiration, I put on my bedroom wall all those champions, boxers, Muhammad Ali, Sonny Liston, weightlifters, powerlifters, strongmen, bodybuilding champions, Reg Park. And so I showed off to my mother. I said, look how I decorated my wall here. And she looked at that and she started crying. And she was very concerned about that.
Yes.
That I love oiled up men. And so there was a tremendous concern there.
And Arnie's books on bodybuilding, they're still the go-to books, aren't they? They're... Oh, it's not too late, Ronnie. If you want to learn, it's all in there.
Oh, my God.
It's all in there. Have that. It's very heavy, I warn you. Oh.
You're right. It's very heavy.
No, it is very heavy. And there's this one. This is Arnold's Bodybuilding for Men. Now, I've been to the gym a bit, and I just wondered if you would explain what muscle is he exercising in this pose?
He's exercising the obliques, the side muscles.
Question answered. Thank you very much.
What did you think?
I didn't know. That's why I was asking. Because, Ronnie, is it golf you're mad about?
Well, yes, I do.
That's exercise,
play golf
isn't it?
every day,
Absolutely,
yes.
yeah.
And I've got my own little treadmill at home.
Yeah, you have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I only do widths, you know.
You play golf with some extraordinary people.
Oh, yes, I play golf with a lot of the great Americans, and Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Gary Player in the one day. Yes, I don't play as much now because of my replaced knee, but I still play every day.
Well, how
How often could you do it?
I could do it twice a day. No,
And standing at the side with a torch. Let me go home now.
3 a.m. Where are you? In the heather.
And when you, I mean, you really get into the English way of life. Haven't you been to polo? Well, that's very English.
Yeah.
Is that fun to go to see polo?
Yeah, a lot of horses running around. It was an open bar.
Hello? Suddenly. Yeah, yes, it is very fun.
Yeah, from what I remember.
But didn't you meet, you met very posh people at the polo?
Yeah, I did. I met Prince William and Prince Harry there.
Don't get posher.
Yeah, it's cool
Careful
talking to princes. I talk to a lot of Nigerian princes online. It's just always, you know, interesting conversation and talk about financial exchanges and that kind of thing.
But have you met? Because Prince William, didn't they ask to see Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, William and Kate asked for a private screening of Pitch Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah, at like their castle. I think that's what it's called. We've got a lot of big fans of Pitch Perfect.
Well,
Yeah.
I tell you, all that fanciness, Kit Harington will see and raise it just a little bit. Because who came to the set of Game of Thrones?
The Queen.
Yes! In your face! Yeah, we've got a picture of her. There she is. She looks so unimpressed.
They asked her, they kept trying to push her to sit down on the throne. And we kept getting told the same thing, which is she's not allowed to sit on other thrones, fictional or otherwise.
I love that there's a thing for that. I can't tap it, I'm afraid. Did you talk to her?
I did, yes. Yeah.
And?
She was delightful.
But what did you talk about? What?
Not much. She asked me a question, and I said, yes, ma'am, and then she moved on.
No, we have to know. What did she ask you? It could have been anything.
And what do you do on this production?
You said yes.
And I said, yes, ma'am. I said, an actor, ma'am. And she said, oh, wonderful, and moved on. And then they asked if she wanted to sit on the throne, and she said, looks very uncomfortable. Moved on.
But here's the thing. I think you missed out on the perfect conversational gambit, because now, an ancestor of yours, didn't they do something wonderful for a previous queen?
Yes.
But
yeah.
this is good, ladies and gentlemen.
Queen Elizabeth I, it was Sir John Harrington, and he invented the flushing toilet.
No. But, no, because you were saying earlier it was the other guy.
Yeah, wasn't it John Crapper? And the word Crapper comes from...
Thomas Crapper.
Thomas Crapper.
Thomas Crapper.
Yeah, but the word John, comes from John Harrington. So it wasn't Crapper. Crapper just came in merchandise, whatever, he made it into mass production.
Oh, okay. Well, you would know better than me. You're related to the guy.
Yeah. So it's called the John because of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's much more polite than Crapper. Yeah. So was it your...
Why is it more polite? That's the thing.
Well,
Why has
Crapper,
John now
that's,
become more of a polite term for it?
The John or the Crapper?
I don't know. This is like a really poorly researched Who Do You Think You Are episode. Who was it? Maybe, I don't know. In any which way and who. Obviously, you've had a very long and successful career, but it's like a couple of films kind of just have changed things. Like Schindler's List obviously brought you to a whole new level, and the Oscar nomination and all that.
That's me with Sir Patrick Stewart there.
Oh, yes! You were marvellous in that, Sir Patrick. and then Taken. Oh, yes. That did sort of put your career in a whole different direction, didn't it?
Yes, it did. I was 55 years of age, and it came my way, and it was... I thought it was a straight-to-video thing, a straight-to-video movie. And it was 3 months in Paris. How shabby could that be?
Yeah.
So I took it, and it was successful.
Well, so you say successful. It's taken over $250 million. Seriously.
Yeah, please.
Well, hence, she's gone missing again. Could that happen again, do you think?
I give her away this time.
Hammer.
Please take her.
But Taken is one of those films where one speech becomes legendary. And even on the poster, they use the speech. You know, the one where you're on the phone.
Oh, yes.
You know,
right.
I don't know who you are. And,
Yeah.
now, do you get loads of fans coming up and asking you to say that?
Occasionally I do. My eldest boy is at boarding school. He'd sometimes call up and say, Dad, could you leave a message on Charlie's voicemail?
And do you?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
But then I can never remember the words. So it's
Well, listen, we've got a very special lady in the audience. And now, her name is Jo. Where's Jo? Oh, there's Jo. Oh. Now, you don't know Jo. I don't think. He doesn't know you. No. But she claims to be... No, don't worry. Daughter, lover, kidnapped victim. Good game, good game. No, she claims to be your first fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now, why do you think you're his first fan?
I saw Liam acting in a mini-series about nearly 30 years ago, and I wrote you a fan letter. Yeah. And you sent me back a signed photo and a letter saying it was your first ever fan letter, and I've got it here.
What did he say? What did he say?
He says, thanks for your charming letter.
Oh, I'll stop you there. Thank you. Well, listen, weirdly, because it's like channeling your son, Jo contacted us saying she would like you to do something for her. Now... So basically, she wants. Would you leave an answer phone greeting on her phone?
Sure, yeah.
Would you? Do
Yeah.
you mind? Okay. So what she sent us in your number. So I call. Your phone's off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay. So otherwise that'll be annoying and stupid. So 907777. And a lot of people will call up to hear this. Okay, this should be brilliant.
Hello, this is Joe. Please leave a message. Please enter your PIN, followed by the hash key.
Okay. Okay.
You're at the O2 Greetings and Mailbox Settings menu. To listen to your messages,
Don't want to.
key 2. You're at the O2 Greetings menu. To listen to your... Please record your personal greeting.
Okay.
To end recording, key 0.
So you press
To start
0,
recording, key 0.
read that, and then you press 0 again.
Show me where 0 is.
0 is that one.
Right.
Press that one.
Please record your
Go.
personal greeting. End
I start?
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. But if you don't let my daughter go now, I will find you. I will kill you. Please leave a message.
Very good. Let's see if it works. Hang on. Okay. Tune a favourite.
Personal greeting saved.
Let's just call it back and just see if it was successful. 90777. That's so many sevens. 6.
Sorry? Yeah. I don't know who you are. But if you don't let my daughter go now, I will find you. I will kill you. Please leave a message.
Please leave your message after the tone. To re-record your message, key hash at any time.
Hi, it's Alan Davis here. If you've got my daughter, she's 2, you can keep her. I'm going on tour to get away from her. She's a nightmare. And she's also got chicken pox. Good luck.
Cheers. Thank you so much for doing that. Talk about Dara. And Cindy Lauper, I haven't seen you in years. Hello, welcome back.
You got a very literary look now.
Literary?
Well, seafaring or something.
Homeless.
It's more young, thin Orson Welles.
Let's go with young and thin. Yeah. Screw the rest of it. Now, Seth, welcome back. Mark, welcome back. Though, Mark, your name has come up since your last appearance.
It has?
It has.
Why is
because Matt Damon was here. And we were looking at this picture. That's not that picture, that's just Matt Damon. We were looking at this picture of a really big Matt Damon fan who posted this picture. I love it. And then he didn't correct us at all. Do you remember this?
Absolutely. It happens quite often. Matt and I, every time we see each other, we always laugh about it. Because, you know, people come up to me, hey, I love your Born Identity. I said, wait for the next one. And, you know, it's just we're both Bostonians, and it is what it is. So.
But isn't that bizarre?
People don't pay that much attention.
And, Cindy, this happens to you, oddly, doesn't it?
Once in a while. You know, I just signed Madonna. I don't care. As long as I don't talk, I'm good.
But with the voice thing, it's weird because, of course, Seth MacFarlane, your voice is so recognisable. I mean, obviously you do all the Family Guy voices, but, you know, Brian is you.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
So do you have to... You can't put sunglasses on your voice. Do you disguise your voice on the phone?
No, I mean, the only time I disguise it in some way is when like if I'm calling to like order food and I'm afraid that the person making the food might not like the show. And so I don't want them to like spit in my food or anything, so I'll go, "That's a large pizza, please." That way I protect my health.
And Dara O'Brien, because you look at Dara O'Brien and you think, what a distinctive-looking man.
Thank you.
He can have no lookalikes.
And yet I know where this is going, Graham.
Well, you've so many lookalikes. When it's online, people keep posting people who look like
Lookalikes,
you.
haven't we?
So the most common, I think, is surely this. This is,
Yeah.
That is uncanny.
It's not uncanny. He's just a bald man. I can't believe this is a game in which he gets Matt Damon.
And that's not even the worst one?
No, because Groove from Despicable Me is good compared to the next one. The next one, and again, lots of people post this.
Yeah.
It's the Mega Boss Man.
Yeah.
But the weirdest one, and I think you posted this, or you retweeted it or something, a lookalike who's actually called Dara.
Yes, yeah, there's an act in, God, I don't know, what, some part of the Indian subcontinent who like, and it's a common name, Dara, around the world, in different parts of the world. There's a Korean pop singer called Dara, and every year on her birthday, I leave hundreds of, oh, happy birthday, Dara, you bring great joy to our lives. Thanks. Keep listening. But then this guy appeared, yeah.
So here's the poster, and his name is Dara Singh. And you think, well, that's a big enough coincidence.
Yeah.
But then, focus in on his face.
That is me. That is absolutely me. You put me in a yellow shirt with a knife. That is exactly what I look like. The least threatening knifing of all time. But, yeah, I'm knifing, but I'm dancing.
I feel like he's just singing a song about a butter knife, isn't he?
Yeah.
A well-used butter knife. Now, sorry, did you watch Downton before?
No, my wife is an addict. And by addict, I mean like a crack addict. And it's like a problem. We were supposed to start the show together, and I came to bed one night, and she said, I've just watched 6 of them. And she was like, I'll tell you what happened. Because she wanted to see the 7th, and she didn't want to go back to the 1st. You know, and so she's done the whole thing, and I'm on my own. So I will watch Downton Abbey because I love you, but I'm going to have to find time somehow to do that, raising 4 kids.
Have you ever seen it, Bill? Downton Abbey?
No, I never have, but I'm just slow. I have a lot of, I'm really slow cleaning up my room and getting dressed and everything. So I miss these shows. But I really look forward to getting, like, a serious flu or something like that. Being able to get the entire set and watch the whole thing, because he seems like the greatest guy. He seems like a great guy.
It's a very good show. Do you know what? It's one of those weird things. It's too convincing. Like, I'm sort of on the fringes of this industry. I meet actors on the show. But when I see the Downton cast on a red carpet, and it's the servants, I always think, oh, isn't that lovely? Look at that! Look at Mrs. Packmore! She borrowed a dress! You always think, oh, did they give him the morning off? Did they get the morning off? Or is he there going, where's my kedgeree?
But you have a love-hate thing, don't you, with it?
No, I love it in that I watch it all the time, but a bit like a relationship with crack, you know, I hate it too.
Well, you know it's killing you.
Yeah. So. Let me ask you, is he like the grand
He's the Lord of the Lord. But what you need to know, Bill, is Lord Grantham, and I think this is fair, is always wrong.
Well, there you go. There you go, right there.
Yeah.
That's
he is, though, isn't he? You must get annoyed.
Well, put it this way, when your name comes out of a dog's arse in the titles, you know, you know you're in for a bad ride.
No, because Lady Sybil...
No,
you killed her. Blood on your hands.
No. People
killed
say that.
someone in the show?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Yes, you did.
Time out.
Murderer.
Dr. Clarkson, okay?
Yeah.
Up to then...
Don't tell me. I haven't seen the show.
Up to that point on the show.
He killed somebody, but I don't want to know. He killed somebody, but I don't want to know.
Up to that point on the show, we call him Dr. Death on set because every decision he makes was terrible.
Yes.
So there is some sense in my character calling in some outside advice.
Yeah.
It happens to be possibly the wrong one, and, you know, she wants out of her contract, so she dies. Yeah.
Wow. If you're watching in one of the 220 territories that hasn't got to that point in the story yet, hey, maybe she gets better. But I wouldn't join the Matthew Crawley fan club either. I wouldn't invest in that.
I'm going for a pee. Excuse me.
Are you really going for a pee?
I'm going for a pee. Close-ups on them.
Tiny
Bladder.
I hate to say that over here. I'm like...
Bladder like a pea. Yeah.
You know, all respect, we have commercials in America. You can go and do this in the middle. You don't do this.
Just keep going. BBC, Ladders of Steel. So, new job, X Factor.
Oh.
So now, when do you start doing X Factor? Have you started doing it already?
It airs end of August. We start officially on Monday in Manchester. Who's from Manchester? Anyone from Manchester over here?
No. They're all at home rehearsing. They're getting ready.
Barclays, very exciting. You are on a world tour. It's a proper world tour. I mean, you've been in Australia already.
And New Zealand.
Oh, you've done New Zealand already.
Dear New Zealand, yes.
But you get here on 23rd of June. It's tomorrow, Saturday.
Is that tomorrow? Yes, it is.
It is.
Yes.
And then you go to Canada and the States?
Yes.
Yes, very good.
Yes.
So
and all around England as well.
Oh, yeah, yes, all around.
Taunton, we're going to Taunton.
What part of the States are you going to?
I'm going to California.
That's where I'm from.
Yes, I know that, darling. And Chicago.
Nice.
Yes,
nice.
And Yale, and all over Massachusetts.
When you say Yale, you have to say Yale.
Yale.
Because you're doing... The show is Dickens Women, and we'll talk about it in a bit, but in order to get sort of match fit, you've become a vegetarian.
Yes, well, I knew that I'm 71 and I'm overweight and not particularly fit, and I thought I must get fit to do this tour. So I went to India to an Ayurvedic clinic, and I had oil enemas every day for 6 weeks.
Oh my God! Does a mechanic do that? I mean, what?
Not really. No.
Is it hot oil, cold oil?
I think it's warm. I think, well, it's warm afterwards, anyway. And it really was amazing, and that's where I became a vegetarian. I eat fish, but not poultry or red meat.
Yeah.
And it really got me fit. It got me going, and I was able to do the tour so far without missing a show or feeling poorly or anything.
Yeah. Well, you look amazing. You look very fit and healthy.
Do you think so?
You really do.
Oh, bless you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because you...
Thank you.
And you do swimming.
I swim every day. I haven't met you in the pool yet. But I imagine that you're a bit faster than I am in the pool.
Well, if I am there, I'm probably raising money for charity.
Because you don't just swim. Yoga. You do yoga, don't you?
Well, that's been my attempt to get fit recently, yeah.
Really?
I've been doing yoga on my own in my house. Humiliating.
It's very, very good.
Do you know what? I bought a DVD, which is brilliant. I don't want the lady who did this DVD to think I'm being negative about it. It's great. And I've done it for weeks. And I just presumed that the lady was some sort of yoga master of her whole life, and she'd trained in the Far East or something. And a mate came round and I showed it him and said, I've been doing this yoga DVD, it's absolutely brilliant. And he went, mate, she's on Emmerdale File. She's really good.
But she's from Emmerdale.
She's the lesbian character from Emmerdale File.
Oh, really? Yeah. I'm one of those. I know in America they don't say that much on television, but I like to say it, because I think it gives people courage.
Yes.
I think
I've never met a lesbian before.
Well, probably because they couldn't reach you, I think.
Oh, they could reach me.
I'm drawing a veil. Miriam, let's talk about Dickens Women, because you.
I'm sorry. He said I never met a lesbian, and then you said let's talk about Dickens Women.
Well, funnily enough, one of them was a lesbian. One of the women in my show is a lesbian.
Really?
Yes, oh yes.
But
from Little Dorrit, Miss Wade.
And at the time, would people have known that Miss Wade was a lesbian?
Of course not.
Oh, I see.
Absolutely not. No.
Oh, okay.
It's only now we know, now we can tell, because he's such a wonderful writer.
Because you put it together, it's you and...
Sonia Fraser.
Sonia Fraser.
Yes.
Because people, I suppose, don't associate Charles Dickens with...
Lesbians. No, no.
Because women tend to be kind of grotesques or kind of ingenues.
Yes, well, he didn't get on very well with women because he was damaged by women. He didn't... His mother was, he thought, neglecting him. His wife, he fell out of love with. He had a mistress. I tell all these shocking stories in my show.
Oh, see, so it's not just the characters. You also tell the story.
I tell the story of the man because he's so extraordinary and wonderful and strange and so different from what people think he is, you see. And that's what I'm trying to get across. He was the greatest writer of English prose. In his way, he was king rapper of his day.
Yes. If he was a rapper, his name would be Chuck Dick. Because Charles is Chuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Just shorten it up.
Yeah.
Why don't you come and see my show? You should. I think
told
you
we
might
should-
enjoy it.
In L.A., we should kick it.
Yeah, we should kick it. Yeah. Very nice.
Now, this is... I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there a little bit of one of the women you could do for us? Is that too awful
No,
to ask
I'd
you?
love to do
Oh,
so.
fine,
I'd
okay.
love to.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, what fun. Well, one of the characters that he invented was this midwife. And in the days, in Victorian days, midwives... Are there any midwives here?
Clearly.
Well, his midwife was a drunk. And...
Funnily enough, nothing has changed.
But they also laid out corpses. They had two jobs. Midwives, they did both.
Oh.
And Mrs. Gamp, who's the one that I play, was a drunken midwife, and she liked to talk about herself, but she pretended that it was Mrs. Harris, her friend, who was talking about her. And she said, when Gamp was summoned to his long home, and I seen him lying in the hospital with a penny piece on each eye and his wooden leg under his left arm, I thought I should have fainted away, but I bore up. If it wasn't for the nerve a little sip of liquor gives me, I could never go through with what I sometimes has to do. As I said to my friend, Mrs. Harris, at the very last case as ever I acted in, which it was but a young person. Mrs. Harris, I says, leave the bottle on the chimney piece. And don't ask me to take none, but let me put my lips to it when I'm so disposed. And I will do everything I've been engaged to do according to the best of my ability. Thank you very much.
You are marvellous. It's very
I love that show.
Yeah, he was on Top Gear.
Driving.
That's the greatest show.
Now,
a clip from Top Gear?
No, we don't have a clip, but we do have a bizarre... His appearance caused quite the reaction. Here he is on Top Gear. Now, a lot of people were focused on the jumper. A lot of people were focused on the jumper, but even more people were concerned as... Why are you wearing lipstick on Top Gear? We haven't doctored that picture.
I haven't got the glasses on, I can't see it.
Trust me, you're wearing lipstick. You're wearing lipstick. There you go.
I'm not wearing lipstick. I've never worn lipstick in my life.
It does look like you're wearing
That was
lipstick.
a very cold day.
Well, I'm intrigued. I'm here to say that I was not wearing lipstick. Hang on. It was cold because on Top Gear they say bring 2 sets of clothes. You're going to be boiling hot in the car and you're going to be freezing cold in the studio. And I thought, boiling hot in the car, it's a cold day in wherever we are, February. It's not going to be like that at all. I was roasting because you're exerting so much sort of adrenaline and sweat because you're in a, well,
just right now,
1.6
your
litre
lips are turning a different color.
That's because of you, Jill. Because of you. And then you're in the studio in this aircraft hangar where apparently last summer it's either incredibly hot or, you know, it's freezing this time of year. And last year, when Patrick Stewart was on, my lips are going red, aren't they? Yeah. That's really... They do! They just go red on TV. That's really weird. When Patrick Stewart... I am this table. I am this table.
It's an odd look for a man, but you carry it on.
I'm like, what's her name's Pout the other week. Yeah, so last year, apparently about 4 or 5 people... Stop giggling. But 4 or 5 people fainted while Patrick Stewart was doing his thing because it was so hot. And I thought, it's going to be very chilly. So I took my favourite woolly jumper, but not my red lippy, which I'd left at home.
Anyway, you just said my lips, my favourite woolly jumper. Come on. How many women here are going to faint just hearing him say my favourite woolly jumper? All right, how many men are going to faint? My favourite woolly jumper and my lippy.
My lippy? Lippy? What does that mean in American?
I don't know.